Lifestyles of the free-to-play players. They're always complaining. Always complaining. Whoa, it must have just blacked out for a minute. I have no idea what I just said there. This account is mostly free to play anyways. But anyways, guys, welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. We're talking about all the teams that we need in order to dominate in 5v5 on my alternate account. Now, in past 5v5s, I've really started climbing the ladder, getting close to Kyber 1. 3v3 is always a little bit of a setback, though I did go 5-4 last season. This isn't about 3v3 though. This is about 5v5, even though nothing in my infographic, or rather my thumbnail, says anything about 5v5. That's what it is. That's what we're talking about. 5v5. I have a ton of teams to talk about. Don't want this video to go forever. Let's get on with it. Whoa, that is madness. Did you use all the same teams, man, or what? Okay, here's the thing, folks. So the first few teams are going to look like almost identical to what I did in my video last time. This is on, my 7 point, I guess it's 7.4 now. Oh, just because I've been upgrading some worthless things in the background, just throwing some abilities on characters I'm not going to use or whatever. But yeah, so we're 7.4, and we're facing a lot of people in the 9 million range, which is, it's very challenging for this account. We have decent mods. We have a lot of good things going for us, but we only have 2 Galactic Legends, and now I do have Star Killer, but it's a very challenging thing. We have to have off-meta counters everywhere. That's the important thing here, guys. Off meta is the name of the game in 5v5, and hopefully we can manage that a little bit this season. So here's the thing about Jedi. I like to keep them all for offense. In general, I like to keep a pretty strong offense as opposed to, I put some garbage on defense and hope that it gets some holds or steals some banners, but then our real strength is being super efficient on offense. So the key, though, is to have kind of mix and match our offense versus our defense, or rather mix and match our Jedi teams. So here's the thing. You can note I've been putting a lot of relic levels on my Jedi. I've kind of stalled out a little bit on profundity. Now I'm working on profundity, but I am working also on trying to get all these characters to relic 5. You can see Jolie's not there yet, but I just got Basti to 5, and that's because I have some decent Jedi Datacrons that I want to be able to use. So like this Jedi Luke team now can use his level 9 Datacron. This Jedi Master Luke team will have to only use level 3 until I can get Jolie moving up, and so that's probably going to inform my team decisions as well, folks. So we've got Jedi Luke here. This team, I like this team because it beats most Rey teams. Now the Super Rey teams, who knows if we can do that with this account. I did put Relic 9 on him. I tried to make him a little bit faster, but it's just tough. It's tough, mod constraints and everything. It's just not the same as my main account, and I'm not going to put the crazy amount of resources into them as my main account does. So, this team will beat a Rey team if they don't have Rey on defense, or if I want to use Star Killer, then this team can be split up into several other teams, like putting Ki-Adi-Mundi with the Qui-Gon Team here with a bunch of just, leftover weird, like Elf Jedi, etc. So, anyways, this team, that's how it's currently constructed. Takes out Rey pretty nicely. Doesn't really take out anything else that nicely. Sometimes you can combine this with this Jedi Revan team to be able to take out like a Jedi Master Kenobi team. We'll just have to see how that goes. But this Jedi Revan team will on its own, and you can also swap Old Ben out for Mace Windu. You'll note that these guys are all Relic 5 as well. You can take out Old Ben, put in Mace, and you can be able to take out Supreme Leader Kylo teams with it. With the Datacron on Jedi Knight Luke, I don't know. They might be able to do even more. Or maybe they'll just make it more consistent against Supreme Leader Kylo. But either way, this team has a lot going for it. It's a lot of fun, and with the cool gear level 9 Datacron, that they'll be able to really punch up quite a bit. So offense for sure there. Jedi Master Kenobi, my second Galactic Legend, and Holy Relic 7, he has a stun cron, and he knows how to use it. We'll be taking out basically the toughest teams out there that my opponent has on defense with this squad. So, these are 3 of my good Galactic Legend counters, folks. If someone places 6 Galactic Legends on me, I might be able to clear all of them, actually, depending on what they place. So, it's a good setup, to be honest. I'm just concerned. I don't know if we can use the cool Jedi Master Luke Datacron because of Jolie in the first week. I don't know. Plus, I don't know if this is a good target to hit Rey with anyways. So, anyways, moving right along. So we've got the Qui-Gon Team. This team is probably not going to be on defense for me. I just don't have the mods to get them all up to where I want them to be. Like, you can put you can make them really good and really fast with the Datacron and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't want to get Qui-Gon up to Relic 5, and I don't want to get 2 other random other Jedi to go with them too. So, I mean, yeah, what we can do this is just kind of the filler. Like, hey, we've got 4-ish squads of Jedi, and these are kind of the fillers. Typically, you want like Ki-Adi-Mundi with this team to be able to take out like a Jedi or a Darth Revan team or whatever. But whatever, your mileage may vary. Now, one thing I will add is that if you wanted to on this Jedi Master Kenobi team, you could take out, if you're on offense, you can put Padme in here instead of General Kenobi. And then General Kenobi can go somewhere, like you could go with Qui-Gon Jinn and make things a lot more stable. Or like Mace can go with them. One or the other, it's pretty good. Pretty decent. Snips could go with them potentially. There's a lot of different things you could do to build that team up. You could throw Ki-Adi-Mundi in here. Lots of fun stuff. So, that being said, General Skywalker and the 501st, they're generally a team I put on defense, because even though they'll consistently be, like Darth Revan teams, and, maybe, I wonder how they'll do against the new Malgus teams. We'll just have to see. My guess is they probably don't fare that well. 3v3, I think, maybe they did. I don't know, my knowledge of that counter is actually fairly small. So we'll have to see. I like this on defense though, because if your opponent doesn't know how to use, there's Commander Luke, or if you have a stun cron on them, Commander Luke can really fail hard on this anyways. They steal banners. They worry your opponents, they annoy them. I mean, ideally, I'd love to get 5s up to Relic 7 or whatever, but this team, as currently constructed, does beat the cam mission. I think we're, somewhere around like 8 out of the last 9 or something like that, so it does pretty well. I mean, I'd love to get more relics on Skywalker, but CG says I have to put him on Jolie first, and Bastila. It's ridiculous. Alright, we have the Troopers team, and I'm a little concerned this season, guys. I don't know how it's going to look. Honestly, most of my opponents in 3v3 did not have a lot of turn meter crons. If they do have a lot of turn meter crons, we could be in trouble, because this team, whereas it's pretty fast, with Piet clocking in at what? 349, so he's going to be 369 speed, 369. It can, at this team, I did put relics on Dark Trooper, because he didn't have quite enough punch in the last 3v3 season. Make sure that Dark Trooper or P Stark or whatever are fast enough to bridge to Piet. But here's the thing. This team will beat a ton of squads that I'm going to be facing in 5v5 if I'm fast enough to go. If I go first, Dark Trooper literally just cradles us in his non-petite arms and just lulls us to sleep with a 65 every time. It's just really nice. This team does not need a lot of gear. I've been trying to put some gear on them, but it's tough to do that when this team never needs more than it already has. It's very nice. So the team I am really trying to, and I've been kind of going back and forth with gear, trying to get both the profundity requirements done, because frankly I'm gonna have all the gear ready for profundity way before I get Radis all the way up to where he needs to be with, you know, at 7 stars. And so I'll have all the gear, all the relics ready, and so I'm getting those characters done, but they don't have a lot of current right now value to me, but this Iden Versio team does. I just got her to 7 stars, so immediately took her to gear 12. We have the Omicron. I just did put gear 12 on Stormtrooper as well. Death Trooper's been 12 for a little bit, but then, you know, Snow Trooper, he is kind of a snore. He's just kind of boring, but you know, Magma Trooper, these two, they work well with this team, but man, Iden, this team is going to be really good either on defense if my opponent doesn't have the Wampa Omicron, or on offense they'll take out, I mean, now that she's gear 12, guys, she's going to be able to take out a lot of Mon Mothma teams. Honestly, this is going to be a really good squad, so excited to see how the Iden team shapes out, because this is one team that I really do enjoy the heck out of using it, so looking forward to it. Alright, next we have this General Grievous squad with Newt. And I mean, we could maybe put like my BB-8 in here or whatever. I think what I want to do this season, I haven't fully decided. I could make my General Grievous maybe faster so that I could go before most Mara teams, and then, or most Mara Jades. And then if I have BB-8, it doesn't really matter how slow BB-8 is. BB-8 could make him into something that's faster than their Mara Jade, and you know, he'd be able then to take out Starkiller teams. I think last season I did rely on Newt, and I think I killed like 1 or 2 characters on a Starkiller team. It didn't work out that well, but I mean, I think it could. I think it could work just fine. Otherwise, this team is almost always on offense for me, because whereas you drop like 2 banners, it still is extremely versatile and does a lot of really cool stuff. Now, sometimes you can put it on defense. You just miss it sometimes. After a while, it's like, oh man, where's my Grievous squad? I miss it. So, next we have this, now that I have Darth Malgus unlocked on this account, I mean, probably, you know, I should probably slow down my Darth Revan. He tends to be much faster than he needs to. For an account this size, 355, that's ruinous. Like, I could slow him down a little bit, especially because Malgus doesn't care about Darth Revan being super duper crazy fast. You know, we have Darth Talon who's speeding him up. We have Malgus. I mean, Darth Revan going first is nice because you get to fear your whole team. But usually when people are going to counter you, they have a counter that doesn't care about Darth Revan being 400 speed. Usually it's going to be like a Galactic Legend or something like that. So this is a squad that, with the current Datacron sets, I am really, like, now that the Jedi are mostly done, now the relics are really, that they need to start going on profundity requirements, I realize, but then they're also going to start going on to this squad, and hopefully we can roll up a Datacron that uses Darth Malgus, get him up to Relic 7, and get this squad up to the relics that they've needed forever, but I've just been too strapped for relic materials to do anything for. So this team is going to definitely go on defense for a little bit. I do need to take some of Darth Revan's crazy speed mods off, because frankly, they're not warranted. I have other teams and characters that are more important now. Now, I have a weird situation on this account where I'm going to be using Mon Mothma at Relic 7. I put her 7. Someone was asking me, like, do you need her at 7? I'm like, not really. I mean, she does have the health share, which is nice. So, like, Relic 7 for her is kind of, like, 8 would even be better, obviously. But, like, it's actually relevant. Like, she doesn't have offense, attacks herself, but she does give offense to the rest of her squad. So, everyone benefits from her having high relics. But I also have a level 9 Datacron with her, so I'm putting her with Kyle Katarn, and then we need Relic 5 characters to go on the team that are Rebel fighters. So I have Biston, Biggs, and Lando. That's not an ideal team. It's not a ton of turn meter, and etc. However, if I can get my Kyle to go first, which shouldn't be too tough with the Datacron I have, then we're going to summon Worthless Guy, and 1, 2, 3, hit. We're going to be able to do a lot of good things to a lot of different teams. So this is what I'm going to be doing, potentially. because I need Relic 5 on all my characters. Now the ideal team, the standard one, and there's no reason to switch it other than Datacron shenanigans, is this Mon Mothma team here, where, obviously I'm nowhere close to getting everyone to Relic 5 on this team, and it's frankly not really that worth it. So what I need to do is just slowly get, POW, put a piece here and there, try to get a piece every week or two on this team and slowly just get it up to relics. This is a very strong team, even without a good Datacron. It just keeps going, guys. Keeps going. Probably a decent team on defense, frankly. Like, I know I'm going to be running it on offense this season because this weird irregular team is just going to get run off the table by a lot of different weird bad comps if I put it on defense. But on offense, I think I'll be able to beat a lot of weird different comps with it. This team, once it starts going, it doesn't matter if it's gear 12, it just keeps going and going and going. It's the Energizer Bunny of the game. It just, like, as long as they can gain turn meter, they just won't stop and they'll delete teams. So they're also just super efficient on offense. In fact, they can also clean up Galactic Legends that you failed on. I mean, I love this team, guys. The Mon Mothma team is one of my very favorites in the game, I believe. Well, not I believe, it just is. So we have this Maul team. Now you notice I have almost no teams that I can even put Datacrons on. It's a little bit sad, but like Canderous is just totally cock blocking us from doing that right now. And it's just like, what gear do I have available for this guy? Like, what can I do, really? Like, the thing is, Maul can take down, when this is the comp to do it, actually. I mean, you can use Bando. I guess Bando would be nice to have here too, but like Maul can take down a Galactic Legend. Like, you can take down Jedi Master Luke if it's the right Jedi Master Luke comp. If they have Barriss, then game over. But otherwise, he can take down Jedi Master Luke. He can take down, like this season, I'm going to try, gosh, it makes me nervous. I'm going to try to take down some General Skywalker teams. As long as you can go first. So Watt's going to go get that first turn. As long as there's not Han there, he's going to go first. He'll give Maul that bonus turn to do his AoE, and then hopefully Canderous will be fast enough. I need to put some decent speed mods on him just to make sure he's going to be fast enough to couple with those awesome turn meter gains that he's going to get, and so he'll be able to go do his AoE. Maul will get a second turn. He'll be able to mow down the field. This is a very strong, very potent team. Really, Canderous is kind of the weak link because he doesn't need that much. Am I really going to be putting gear on Canderous instead of like the ADRAD requirements or the profundity requirements? I don't know. Maybe I am. I've also been putting some gear on First Order as well. It's just like there's just not enough. Of course, that's what CG does. They're like, hey, you don't have enough money, or you don't have enough resources. You probably have some money. Why don't you just give us some money? We'll solve your gearing problems. Now, we have this Palpatine squad here. Well, it's not Palpatine. He's the lead. But then we have Starkiller as the true power behind this team. Now, I haven't run it in 5v5 yet. I unlocked it for the 3v3 season, and it did some serious work. It took out Reyes. Emperor Palpatine is always her target for Whirlwind, and he, at Relic 1, so you'll note he's 3 now. Big 3, because in 3s, we can actually put a Datacron on him now. He can tank a Whirlwind from Rey. It's nuts, guys. It's so fun. Should Starkiller be Relic 8? Absolutely. But should Cassian as well? I guess. We have Juhani here as just a placeholder. You guys saw all the Jedi stuff up top, and that's why you want to keep all the Jedi for offense, is so that you can just mix and match to the needs of what you're doing, of the needs of your account. And so, I'll put like Plo in there, even though he's gear 11, because he has a dispel on basic, or I'll put General Kenobi on this team because he is crazy good, because he gives everyone retribution, he gives everyone crit immunity, he calls a mass assist, which is amazing because then it calls Palpatine to assist, which in turn calls Starkiller to assist a second time. And General Kenobi's amazing on this team if you can afford it. Or Old Ben can do okay things as well, especially on offense. Again, Visas Mars should be relic, but what gear do I have? What's the priority, guys? What are your thoughts? Visas Mar versus Canderous. Who needs it more? I just don't know. I'm almost thinking we just don't gear Visas and just pray to everyone. Pray to Eros, to that that Visas is going to be replaced by Ben Solo once he's unlocked on this account. So we'll have to see how that goes. All right, Commander Luke and company. Well, we'll see how this goes. I mean, I don't have the Datacron for them, so. But hey, they can have the plus turn meter thing, so they could be on defense. I like them on offense. I like most teams on offense, but I just like them because they just shoot a whole team off the board. Should they be Relic 7? Sure. Should Commander Luke be at least Relic 5? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. We're gonna have too many Datacrons here. I have a ton of Datacrons that are good, and like none of them are even gonna get used because of their stupid lock. I think this is the season that I start hating Datacrons for this account, truly, because 3v3 is like, yeah, I can come up with some configurations to use Datacrons. In 5v5, I just don't have that depth. I just don't have it. It's frustrating. Commander Luke, he should be Relic 5. I don't have the relics. So sue me, guys. If I had more relics, we'd have more GP, and what I'm doing with this account would be less impressive. So, that being said, I know I just called myself impressive, and I kind of apologize, but not really. We've got Jedi Training Rey here, and I mean, she's got the hero bros. They don't... With the turn meter train here, it's good. I've been working on BB-8. Don't tell Sarah, but I have been working on him, or her, whatever BB-8 is. Isn't that weird? What do you guys think? Him or her? Or are we just not getting into droid pronouns? Anyways, BB-8, I've been working, and I need one more piece, but, Gear 12, that'll be nice. We could start putting some extra speed on, and once you can get BB-8 up to, 300 speed, 310 speed, then this team just starts moving and moving and moving, getting lots of turn meter. This can be a really good offensive team. It can also be a good defensive team as well, if you get to go before your opponent. If your opponent has a really good troopers team, for instance, and they're faster than your BB-8 after you calculate your BB-8 turn meter equation, versus with an extra droid or whatever. If that happens, then maybe you could take out Poe and add another droid to give another 8 bonus turn meter to BB-8 so that you can outspeed them and you can put them on defense. Otherwise, on offense, a lot of times you can run a team off the board without them taking a turn if you know how to control. You have a lot of good elements here. You have, Jedi Training Rey, who can ability block and reduce turn meter. You have R2-D2, who can stun, of course. Resistance Hero Finn can hand the turn to Poe, and Poe can then stun someone. You can also call BB-8 to assist so that you can get tenacity down, etc. This team is very strong in a lot of ways if you know how to use it. A lot of good control here, even without relic levels. Wampa is, I think I've killed a number of Sith Eternal squads at this point with Wampa. If your opponent doesn't know how to protect their Sith Eternal against Wampa, then go to town. If they do, if they have crew on their team, if they have Malak, etc., then seek alternative methods. But otherwise, Wampa kills, Grievous, kills Iden Versio. It does a lot of work, guys. Wampa is a workhorse for me on this account. It really does. I don't think I've found I think I've failed a couple times with him, but that's just because he's not like super powered at Relic 5. But he does work for me every match. He does something cool. So. Alright, now we've got the weird bounty hunter stuff, so I'm going to show you both of these, because here's the thing, if they have Maul on the team, then you probably want to just take Zam out and put Bando in, and then this team can beat it can beat a Lord Vader team. I'm actually considering this might be the next target for relics if I can get the right rolls for Beskar on my second Datacron. Then he's going to go up to 7, and then Greef and Mando will have to go up to 5. So then we can just we could just take down a Lord Vader team pretty easily with Bando. Yeah, otherwise, Bando with his friends, like this could be a good defensive comp, to be honest. Like, most people don't know how to trooper this. It's very trooperable, but if they don't know how to do it, then that's great. And you can give them the bonus turn meter to make wheel crazy fast or dash super fast. You can do really cycle through the turn meter quite a bit here. This team is quite a bit of fun on offense or defense. I just haven't decided, because Bando would be super nice to have on offense to be able to help counter those Lord Vader teams, which, frankly, if someone wants to put all their GLs down, I may need to have Bando to be able to counter a Lord Vader team. Now, we've got this Bad Batch squad, and the kind of the limit right now for this team is, of course, I need to make Echo a little faster, but before that, I need to get Tech faster, because they're all restrained. Like, he's plus 10 speed, and he's only like, what, 250? I feel like I made him faster, though. I feel like that a lot. Yeah, so 250, he's 260 speed. So without substantial turn meter gain from Echo's Dispel, there's not really much point to making Echo faster, and if Tech isn't fast enough to go second after turn meter gains from Echo's Dispel, then it doesn't really work. So this team can work really nicely, even against like General Grievous squads, even though that can get dicey, because Grievous will chop you up into pieces if you're only gear 8 and 9 like these guys are. But this team has been a workhorse team for me for a long time. It's probably the source of the most headaches for me as well. It's just kind of a funny squad to be able to use. I do use it quite a bit, though, in 5v5. In fact, 3v3 not as often. It's much more difficult to make work at low relic levels, but 5v5, yeah, they absolutely do punch pretty well. Now we have this Akbar team with the 2 profundity requirements. I just got to relic 1, so hey, yay, hooray for that. I need to remod these guys, I think. So actually, I think maybe I did put some better mods on them. This team had both Omicrons on it, and I know that people tend to really look down on this squad. Do not put it on defense, because yes, it'll just get destroyed by a Nest solo or something, but otherwise, this team does a lot of work, guys. It just takes down. I really wanted to try it against a Darth Revan team at some point, but now that there's Malgus out in the brackets that I'm playing in, everyone's gonna have Malgus, so that's outside of the realm of possibility. But I did make my Princess Leia fast enough. I think she's like 360 speed, something like that, after the Akbar leadership kicks in, and so gonna be calling each other to assist and stuff. It's kind of close, guys. Maybe I'll get these guys to relic 3. With all the extra relic mats I just have floating around, but then I give them an extra boost with turn meter gain, Kron, and we're good to go. Like, we're actually fairly close to it on this one. That would be nice. That would feel good. So we have the Nice Sisters team. I mean, I put them on defense sometimes. They usually don't get holds because they don't have enough relic levels, but on offense they do tend to punch way above their station. They just drop 5 banners, which is tough in an efficiency match. However, if you need that, if you're facing like a General Grievous squad, they could be really handy. Like, someone puts a full relic 8 Grievous squad down with BB-8, and this team will still just mow it down, because all it really matters is having old Daka. She needs relic 5 as well. I'm just laggard in all things. Zareth is laggard. Now, this team is actually really nice now that I have Darth Vader available again, because I don't have to put him with with Emperor Palpatine anymore. He can go with my Traya squad, and they can kill Padme squads, like the misbegotten Padme squads with like Clone Sergeant and Cody and stuff. This team will take them out all day. Just get Thrawn. If Thrawn can go first, that's awesome. The Thrawn can pass the turn to Traya. Traya can put the isolate onto Padme, and then after that, you just have him. Then he'll go pretty soon afterward. He can fracture either Kenobi or Anakin, or Clone Sergeant, if that's all that they really have there. And then eventually, even at gear 12, Nihilus will survive long enough, usually, to be able to get an Annihilate off of one of the key characters, and then you're good to go. Isolate on Padme, and that team is so easy to take out. Now we have this crew team with, I don't have First Order TIE Pilot, Omicron, or anything, so I did put some gear on Sith Trooper recently. Sarah doesn't know about it yet. In fact, it's just very, very recently. Though she'll probably be really grateful, because she's fighting for her life on this conquest with this account, because I don't have crew, or I don't have Supreme Leader Kylo or Rey, so she's very limited. But this team, I'll probably put it on defense, and it just gets one shot every time. But you know, Hux can make some problems. I should probably make Hugs faster. I just should probably do a lot of things on this account, guys. It's not bad though. That'll do. I'll just keep putting gear on them, and slowly it'll turn into a fleet and a good team on offense and defense. Now this Padme squad, oh look at this, it's also a misbegotten team with Cody and Clone Sergeant. But here's the thing, guys, with Padme, Gideon, and Ayla, and then if you have R2-D2 to spare, if you could just take R2-D2 off of that Jedi Training Rey team somehow, then you have the Gidme team that works really nicely, that everyone gets huge stacks of protection of courage because of Moff Gideon's thing where he reduces everyone's turn meter except for Padme's squad, which they resist that turn meter loss, and then you just go to town on whoever you're facing. It's a really cool thing because he gives everyone protection up. He gives support characters protection up, which translates into courage. So Ayla is actually a support, if you didn't know that, and she gets 20 stacks of courage, and she starts one-shotting people right out the gate. It's quite amazing. This is a team that I really love to have Plo on, because it also calls a taunt onto tanks with Moff Gideon, and so Plo is able to go in and not only use Dispel on basic with this team, but he's also able to provide that tank support in the initial barrage. So even a gear 11 Plo can be pretty good on this team if you can afford him. Now we have Ewoks. I do have the Omicron on him. I'm like run out of teams for defense because I'm going so cheesy. I'm trying to do it. So this team, I mean, with the Omicron, really they can do okay on offense. Typically though, I'm going to put it on defense just because of the way my account is. You need more relic levels than this though, guys. Obviously I have 0, and you need to make Peplu fast because that's the only way this team works at all. Read his kit, guys. Read his unique, combine it with the Omicron, you can get him up to 400 speed really easily. And finally we have my Geos. They usually go on defense, and it's not great, guys. It's not wonderful because there's too many counters to them now, and this team doesn't have relics. They're not fast enough, but I just have to pick and choose. What am I gonna do, guys? Like, should these guys get relics? Should I put them on Canderous so it can actually take out Galactic Legends? What should I do? I mean, hands are tied. Should really put some, like, at least get relics on Geo Root Alpha so we can be a plug-and-play tank, but alas, folks. Alright, that's it for me. Looks like it only took about half an hour-ish, so that's not bad for a video like this. Sometimes they can go well over 40 minutes of trying to just increase my brevity, you know, trying to be less verbose. But anyways, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. What did I miss? Anything interesting? You know, I'm excited for this 5v5 season, though. I don't know if I'm even going to get to use this account for the first week. I think I'm going to trade this account's use for my buddy Clash. I think we're both going to just swap accounts for a week, which should actually provide a few hilarious, I don't know, points of discussion. But anyways, guys, I will leave you for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth is frustrated that he doesn't get to use all of his lovely datacrons that he accumulated last month. Look at these guys. Look, all these ones with locks are turn meter gain ones. All of them. We're not going to use that many. Not this season. Dear Lord. Take care, everyone.